You're watching Super Mario GVT. And now, Poptropica Road Trip. Cryptids Hunt. Hey everyone, it's Hyper Eel, and welcome to the next episode of Poptropica Road Trip. In this episode, I will go through Cryptids Island with a full walkthrough and full audio commentary. Cryptids, to be, is searching for proof of the legendary beasts. Okay, let's begin Cryptids Island. After you drop down the main street, run to the right. The man will give you a flyer. Just keep heading all the way to the right. Now grab the $5 bill from the tree. You'll need to use a $5 bill to buy something later. Now return to Main Street and head inside the general store. Use your $5 bill to pay the store owner. He will give you a sports drink. This sports drink will help you make the man you passed by earlier not so thirsty. Now run to the right. When you reach the thirsty man with the shears, give him the sports drink. And he will give you the gardening shears. Once you grab the gardening shears, head to the far left, past Main Street. Here you'll find some adventurers and explorers going somewhere. Now, help this explorer. Then, you need to help the guy fly an hot air balloon. Use your gardening shears to cut the rope, and he'll take off. Now you'll be given the nylon rope. Back on Main Street, head right until you reach Kitty's Kites. Head inside. Use your nylon rope and show it to the owner. Now, take the kite server X250. Now head left to where you helped the two explorers. Now, let's use the kite server X250. And we'll go kite surfing! Here you are windsurfing on your kite. As you're kite surfing, look who comes on the boat. It's a woman with pink hair. She will tell you to give up. She will set your kite on fire. Luckily, a helicopter will come to your rescue. You will appear in the bed inside the Muse mansion. You'll find Harl Muse. He will tell you that you were sabotaged by Gretchen Grimlock, a ruthless fortune hunter. It's not fair to Gretchen Grimlock how she wants the money. After your discussion, you had to get yourself back on feet. Click the water glass, drink it, and you'll be back on your feet. Now, head to the door on the lower right. Inside, you have to view all of the exhibitions. Let's do Bigfoot. Bigfoot, Sasquatch the Yeti. He has many names, but I would all describe it the same way, between 6 and 10 feet tall, covered in shaggy fur, and smells worse than a pair of sticky sneakers. And of course, he's got really big feet. Based on the description, some people believe that Bigfoot has left over from ancient time. Half human, half ape, he should have been extinct a long time ago. Bigfoot can be found all over the world. In the Himalayan mountains, monks have seen reported what they call a Yeti for many years. They took footprint casts as proof, and have a Yeti scalp locked away in a monastery. Bigfoot is also said to roam the forests of the Pacific Northwest in the United States. In 1967, Roger Patterson and Robert Giblin made a famous video about Bigfoot. Years later, a friend of the men said he'd worn a costume for the video, and many believe this is the best evidence of Bigfoot. Believers say he is lying. Now for the giant squid. Sea monsters aren't real, or are they? Since ancient times, sailors had told stories of huge creatures that live in the ocean, terrible beasts with long tentacles powerful enough to sink ships. For centuries, people thought the giant squid couldn't be real, just a legendary creature, like a dragon or a unicorn. Why? Not enough proof. In the 1800s, some dead squid had washed up on shore. There were drawings of a large squid, but scientists wanted to capture a whole squid, or get a photo of one. In the year 2004, a fishing boat captured the body of a giant squid named Archie. Archie was almost 29 feet long from the top of his head to the tip of his tentacles. Finally, scientists had a specimen they could study. In the same year, Japanese scientists took the first photo of a live squid. 2 years later, in 2006, more Japanese researchers took the first video of an adult giant squid. Now scientists know more about giant squid than ever before. They discovered the adult squid could grow to 43 feet. It's longer than a school bus. It's no wonder ancient sailors told stories that these creatures were monsters. Now to the chupacabra. In 1995, several Puerto Rican farmers were faced with a strange dilemma. The goats and chickens on their farms had mysteriously died during the night. The animals had 2 punctures in them, almost like marks from a vampire's fangs. Was it a coyote? Wild dogs? The villagers didn't believe so. They were pretty sure that the animal that had their animals was a chupacabra, Spanish for goat sucker. Although the first chupacabra sighting was reported in 1950, after the 1995 sightings, chupacabra fever spread the world. As reports came in, people started to sketch what they thought the beast looked like. About 5 feet tall with a large mouth full of sharp teeth and fangs. It had large red eagle-like eyes, showing 2 legs and very sharp claws. Some people take photos of what they believe is a dead chupacabra, but scientists had no one to show coyotes a disease called mange. Does this prove the chupacabra doesn't exist? There is no explanation of how all the goats and chickens die, and those who have seen the chupacabra say they will never forget the monster with the glowing eyes. Very scary. Now to the Loch Ness Monster. Scotland's Loch Ness receives thousands of visitors each year. They come to catch a glimpse of the legendary monsters that said to swim the loch's deep waters. The monster, nicknamed Nessie, was reported to look like a dinosaur with a long neck, flippers, and gray skin like an elephant. There have been many stories, photos, and films of Nessie over the years. Here's a look at the evidence. In the 7th century, a writer named Adonam told a story about a monk named St. Columba who went to see a strange beast at the river near Loch Ness. In 1933, George Spicer and his wife saw a creature that looked like Nessie cross the road in front of their car, then disappeared into the loch. A year later, in 1934, a surgeon named Dr. Wilson produced a photo of a long-necked monster. This proved that Nessie was real, but was he telling the truth? Researchers saw some humps moving in the water, but what would researchers say about it? It was claimed that the man faked the photo using a toy submarine. Nessie has not been found recently. Now to the Jersey Devil. Let's go back in time 300 years to the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. On a dark, moonless night, Mother Leaves gave birth to her 13th child. A hideous creature emerged with leathery wings, a long-tailed horn, and a head like a horse. It let out a terrible cry and flew up the chimney. This creature is called the Jersey Devil. The sightings have been reported. The first notable report came from Naval Commodore Stephen Decatur in the 1800s. He saw the beast flying across the sky. He tried to shoot a cannonball at it to no avail. In the year 1909, one witness found footprints on a roof. Then another woman heard a noise in her yard and went inside to see the Jersey Devil holding her pet dog. She hit the creature with a broom, dropped her dog, and flew away. Skeptics think the Jersey Devil is a large bird, such as the great horned owl. In recent years, there have been many sightings, but people still report hearing his unearthly cry in the woods late at night. After we reviewed all the exhibits, Harl Muse will appear. Once you talk to Muse, the Cryptids quest officially begins. It doesn't matter where you start first, so you can do it in any order I can do. Let's go to Loch Ness. Here, you need to help a man whose trailer is stuck. You had to lower the truck. Once you've done that, the man will give you a rugged camera. Now, head inside the pub. Inside, grab the matches. Now you can leave. We'll come back later. Now return to the helicopter and go to the Himalayas. Here, go find the mountain guide, and he will guide you to the top of the mountain. This part is a little bit tricky. You have to try to move before the wind shows up. All you have to do is run and tie your rope to the ring, and the mountain guide will catch up to you. Ooh, and the gust of winds are giving you trouble. Just whoops. I think the mountain guide must have been onto something. Ooh! Mountain guide? It was just the wind. This may take you a while for the mountain guide to come where you are. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm cutting. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. And you notice that there's a little trouble with the gusty winds. Again, cutting. Wow, these gusty winds sure are giving you trouble. Okay, now I'm back. These brutal winds are a little bit annoying, but try to manage the winds. Once you've done that, go to the next area at the top of the mountain. Now head inside the building. Inside, run to your right and talk to the monk. He is holding an unlit camping lantern. You'll need this lantern for the New Jersey part. But we're not going to New Jersey yet. We need something else. Let's go to Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, you'll find the Explorer from earlier crash-landed it in the tree. But the Explorer's alright now. Talk to the farmer, and he'll let you borrow his Jeep. The farmer wants to deliver some seed to his brother, but I'm actually not doing it until later, so I'm gonna go to the star on the upper left. When you reach here, climb up and grab the bolt cutters. Now, head back in the Jeep. It's fast to click back to start, so you can go to where you started from. Now, let's go to New Jersey! You'll land on a gas station on New Jersey Turnpike. Use your bolt cutters, and it'll open up the garbage bin. Look inside and you'll find the bathroom stall door. Now, head inside the bathroom. When you reach the bathroom stall, you'll automatically place the stall door next to the other stall door. Now that the message is complete, you'll write it down for future reference in order to help you remember. Now before you go on the motorcycle, there's an optional side quest involving this explorer you helped earlier who got stuck in a tree thanks to Gretchen Grimlock's antics. Now get in the motorcycle. When riding, follow the directions shown on the message. If you follow them correctly, click Look Around. It's too dark to see. Good thing we have the lantern and matches. Use your matches to light up the lantern to help you find your way around. Now head inside the gate. Then head inside the house. Now all you have to do is just push the Chester to the far left when you hear the thumping sound. Head out the hole into the attic. Inside the attic, run to your right and grab the grappling hook. Suddenly, something's popping out. It's only a raccoon, but you thought it was something scary that's about to come get you. Now, head down the attic. When you reach the lower floor, you'll notice something outside your window. It's the Jersey Devil. Now you'll see the Jersey Devil, and he will fly away, and use your grappling hook. Use it to climb top of the tree, and you'll find the broken eggshells. When you get back to the motorcycle, it's fast to click back to start, so you'll go back to where you started from. Now that you have the broken eggshells, let's get a DNA identification, head back to Mew's mansion. To do DNA extraction, you have to follow the directions. Place sample into beaker, pour enzyme number 2 into beaker, pour lab gel into lab tray, pour beaker into lab tray, place nylon membrane in lab tray, pour probes into lab tray, place X-ray film into lab tray, place the X-ray film into developer, hit the green button. If you've done it correctly, you successfully completed it. Now the Jersey Devil existence is confirmed. There are more cryptids to look for, so let's head back to Puerto Rico. Now, get into the farmer's jeep. Now this time, head to the star on the upper right. When you reach the area, the farmer's brother will thank you for delivering the seed to him. Now, head left and you'll find some unidentified fur. Could this be the Chupacabra's fur? Let's find out. All you have to do is go back to Mew's mansion. Quickly go back to start. Now, show the unidentified fur to Muse. And you have to do DNA extraction. Do the same thing as last time, and follow the directions carefully. If you follow the steps correctly, you'll complete it. But Mr. Muse will tell you that's coyote fur. However, there's something else for proof that the Chupacabra may exist. Now, head back to Puerto Rico. When you arrive at Puerto Rico, the farmer you met earlier will grow tired of the Chupacabra. He will trap it. Now, use this jeep again. And now, you have to lure 3 spotted goats into a rock. There are 3 spotted goats. Now, try not to get the goats away from the spot. With all the goats herded, let's head inside the rock. Here you'll come across the farmer who has set up the trap. Now, hide behind the rocks. Then, you'll hear a thump. Now we got the chupacabra, push to the truck. As you're pushing, pop! The chupacabra pops out, barks at you, runs off, knocks you unconscious. But he also left something behind. It's a chupacabra tooth. Now let's show it to Muse. Now, show the chupacabra tooth to Muse, and he'll be astonished. Now, the chupacabra existence is confirmed. Next stop, Loch Ness. Head inside the pub. Now, run all the way to the left, and go click on the man. He will challenge you to a game of darts. Play a game of darts, and you'll have to beat the man's score. There's a bullseye target in the middle. To do that, time your aiming correctly at an appropriate position. And as you can see here, this is an easy darts, and you may win. After you won, the man will give you the robo ticket. When you reach the rowboat, use the ticket Now you'll ride the rowboat all the way to the left. While on the rowboat, you'll notice something strange in the water. Could it be Nessie? You're not sure? Just take a picture. And now you'll just show the photo to Muse. Inside Muse's mansion, show the Loch Ness Monster photo to Muse. He will state that you've been tricked, and those are just truck tires. But don't get mad. You'll have to find some other proof. A close-up picture for proof. Now head back to Loch Ness. Head back into the pub. Now, talk to the two people. They will have a discussion about how the man on the left saw Nessie when he was younger. Then one of the men mentioned submarine ticket. You want the submarine ticket, but before you have the submarine ticket, you'll have to beat the men in a game of darts. Do the same thing as before. And this is an intermediate level of darts. Now that you got the submarine ticket, after you won the game of darts, run to your left after you exit the hub. When you reach the submarine, use the ticket you just got. Inside submarine, go all the way down until you find a Nessie look-like thing. But is it actually Nessie? You don't know it's the real Nessie. You have to show the picture to the guys at the pub. You'll automatically exit the submarine and run all the way to the right. Head back in the pub. When you reach the two men, show them the picture. The Nessie you found is actually a movie prop. It's sunk to the bottom of the loch during the filming of a Nessie production. You'll be given some darts, but before you head out of the pub, the man you encountered earlier will stop you, and he will give you a harder version of darts. If you got the highest score in the man, you win. You thought you were given a prize, but the man said that you cheated. What a sore loser. Thankfully, the bartender will give you an item. It's a penny whistle. This penny whistle is a music to Nessie's ears. Now get back to the rowboat. When you do, confront the rowboat tour guide and he will hurry off. Now that the rowboat tour guide is off, the boat is all yours. Head all the way to the far left. Now, use your penny whistle. It'll play music. And look what's showing up. It's the real Loch Ness Monster. Now, when he shows up, take a picture. Now that you found the real Loch Ness Monster, head to the right. Now, back to Mew's Mansion. Show the picture to Muse, and he'll be fascinated, and excited, and proud. Now that we confirm Nessie's existence, there's one more cryptid we'll need to find. Bigfoot! Sasquatch, the Yeti. Now return to the Himalayas. You've already climbed the mountain by the mountain guide, so this time you will go back up the mountains. Now, head to the upper part of the mountain. but a monk will prohibit you from crossing unless you beat him in a game. This game is to prevent the hunters from catching the Yeti. To do so, make sure your piece has a safe place from the hunters. Don't get trapped or you'll have to start over again. If you may pass the hunters, you win, and the monk will pass you. When you reach the area, you'll come across what appears to be a snowshoe print. Or it looks like a snowshoe print, but just take a picture. Back at the Muse mansion, show the snowshoe print to Muse. The snowshoe print resembles a Yeti footprint. Then, Muse received a report of a Bigfoot sighting in the Pacific Northwest. The location was added to the helicopter computer. Head inside the helicopter and go to the now added Pacific Northwest. In the Pacific Northwest, you'll have to control your helicopter and watch for Bigfoot. Keep him track of you. Don't let Bigfoot go off screen, otherwise I'd start over again. Bigfoot may be hiding in bushes. Once you spot Bigfoot, it will go into a cave. Your helicopter's constant will be bugged by Gretchen Grimlock. Now Gretchen will come and capture Bigfoot. Chase her until you catch up to her. When you do, you'll automatically go out of the helicopter. Now, head on to Gretchen's helicopter. And you'll have to release the fuel from her. Now, you have to free Bigfoot. Use your gardening shears, and the cage will drop along with yourself. Now you'll be parachuted down, down, and down. You'll appear back inside the Muse mansion. and Muse will congratulate you on what you've done, finding the cryptids. In addition, Mr. Reese will give you the Island Medallion. This is the end of Cryptids Island. Stay tuned for more Poptropica road trip episodes. What is one thing that you struggle in Cryptids Island